Hello everyone, good day to all. This is Mike Padua and we're back to our latest update. This is the weather analysis for this Wednesday through Friday, August 27 to 29, 2025. This is our English version, brought to you by Typhoon2000 and Naga College Foundation. But before we begin, we would like to thank our partners, BPI Sustainability. If you want to know more about BPI Sustainability, just click on the link here. And the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Lenny Convedo and our Honorable Gabi Bordado. Well, LPA 93W is a dud. It didn't intensify as it traversed central Luzon, and it's really lacking convection near the center. The rain bands of this system is displaced to the north and south of the circulation. It's somewhat a monsoon depression type of system, since the center is devoid of any circulation, and most of the convection or the heavy rainfall are located on the northern and southern periphery. The southern periphery, which of course is the part of the southwest monsoon. So the main island of Luzon was spared for a possible heavy rainfall that could cause flooding. Okay, and right now it's over the West Philippine Sea, and it's expected to move out of the Philippine area of responsibility. So the name Jacinto was not used, so we expect that name to be used in the succeeding cyclones that will form. And that's the reason why we are now moving into the usual analysis. So here's the latest graph set that we created this morning. And this is valid until tomorrow, Thursday. Here's now 93W. This was around 8 a.m. this morning. It passed over Central Luzon. And during this passage, as of 8 a.m., it was over the Visayas. And right now, it's over the West Philippine Sea, somewhere here, and it's moving a little bit faster towards Hainan and northern Vietnam. So along the southern periphery, we have the southwest monsoon affecting Calayan Island Group, Palawan, western Visayas, Negros Island Region, Sulu Archipelago, and occidental Mindoro, including Romblon. While the rest of Luzon, including Metro Manila, Bicol Region, and eastern Visayas, will have the effects of the monsoon trough together with the cloudless circulation of 93W. The area of Batanes are experiencing some occasional rains because of the northern rain bands along its periphery passing over that area. And over here, south of Palau, the wind system here is also from the southwest monsoon or Habagat. So it's also bringing some on and off rainfall along the southern part of, to the south of Palau. Okay, and here's the remnants of TD Kajiki over Thailand. And as we look at the fast animation, there you go. It looks like the center part of this LPA is starting to come alive. As you can see here, there's some low to mid-level clouds beginning to form near the center of this weak low pressure area. And there are some thunderstorms occurring over the areas of the Bicol region, parts of the Bicol region, and also along eastern Visayas. And we have here a surface trough or tropical wave, and the IDZZ is somewhere also here. And so far, that's the latest on the fast animation. Here's the zoom in satellite animation beginning at 5 o'clock this afternoon until 10 o'clock this evening. You can see here, if we put it into blue image, that the system is nowhere to be found. If you are looking on the exact center, it's somewhere here. Okay, so it's there, and it's going to move towards Hainan for the next couple of days. and there are still thunderstorms affecting some portions of the Bicol region. Okay, Albay, Susucon, Catanduanes, Cam Norte, except for Camarines Sur. And also, the southwest monsoon has begun to weaken. As you can see here, it's just concentrated along the area of Palawan and the Calayan Island group. It's quite weak as of this time. And if we take a look at the history track of LPA 93W, it passed over Catanduanes a couple of days ago, made landfall over central Luzon without any major effects across these areas, and it's currently now over the West Philippine Sea. It's about to leave the Philippine area of responsibility. And here's the microwave shot of 93W. There's no significant circulation here. It's definitely blank, okay, very weak. And if we take a look at the latest easterly wave European model ensemble, this is based on the 2 p.m. output, and you can see here that this LPA 93W can still develop based on the ensemble. It could reach TD or TS, while here over the Western Pacific, including the Philippine Sea, there are some developing a low pressure system. There's one here which is expected to move towards the southern islands of Japan and into Korean Peninsula. So this is not yet sure, since we will still wait for the development of this potential next system. And for the latest from DeepMind of Google and the European model, if we move this slider, this is the European model, those orange dots, and as we move into Thursday, you can see that the DeepMind of Google and the Weather Next run of Google as well are showing some development over the Paracel Islands in the South China Sea. So there you go. And then it's similar to the track of Typhoon Kajiki, which made landfall over the area of Vietnam. And on Sunday through Wednesday, August 31 to September 3, there might be a tropical system forming here, but it's moving towards the north, and it's not a threat to our country. So far, that's the latest on the Google DeepMind AI model. Now let's take a look at the rain forecast. So far so good. As we move into Thursday, we expect decreasing rainfall of the 30 to 40 millimeters here over the western coastal areas of Palawan and over the Sulu Archipelago, particularly western Panay and western Negros or Occidental, Negros Occidental. The rest are just the usual localized thunderstorms. Okay, and if we move this into Friday, there's still the effects of the southwest monsoon here over Palawan, western Visayas, Occidental Mindoro, and Sulu Archipelago. And into Saturday and Sunday, the southwest monsoon will begin to weaken dramatically, and we have a possibility of another LPA here forming east of Samar, and on September 1 it's likely to move towards the northwest, and there are some rain showers and thunderstorms to occur across eastern Visayas. Okay, and for the wind forecast, here is the LPA 93W acting like a monsoon depression. Definitely this might become a monsoon depression because of the stronger winds here and down here. So these are two opposite wind speeds. Okay, two opposite winds, to the north and south of this LPA. And then on Thursday, it will start to accelerate towards Hainan. Friday, it will be approaching the Paracel Islands. Saturday, it will be passing to the south of Hainan Island, similar to the track of Kajiki. And on Sunday, it already made landfall over Vietnam. And we have another one here likely to form. And the track of the system might go up based on what we are seeing on September 1, 2, and 3. So these are forecast that more than 5 days, so the probability remains low. So we will wait and see on what will happen on the next LPA that may form over the Philippine Sea east of our country. Now let's take a look at the wave forecast. Today we are expecting large waves here over the West Philippine Sea, west of Palawan, up to the Calayan Island Group, reaching a height of more than 3 meters. Over the Sulu Archipelago, it's up to 2 meters in wave heights. So here it's 3 meters, 2 meters here. And then over the East Philippine Sea, it will be 1 meter or below. Okay. And then if we move into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the southwest monsoon will begin to retreat over the deeper part of the South China Sea, where still wave heights of more than 2 meters will be expected. The rest of the West Philippine Sea for the next 5 days will decrease to 1 to 1.5 meters. Over the central waters of the country, it will remain calm to very light waves, as well as here over the East Philippine Sea, wave heights of 0.5 to 1 meter will be expected. So suitable for fishing and sea travel. Now for the Madden-Julian Oscillation forecast beginning today until September 10 from the American model, and shows that the wet phase is so weak and it will remain over the central part of this diagram. And as you can see, it's oscillating along the maritime continent of Indochina as well as over the Indian Ocean. And you can see here that there's no wet or dry phase, but on September 10 there might be some light wet phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation. So we will wait for that. While looking at the European model, the trend is showing a slight wet phase over the Western Pacific by day 5, and then by day 10 it will return over the Western Hemisphere and Africa, and day 15 it will be somewhere there and into the Indian Ocean. Okay, that's from the European model. And for the Bureau of Meteorology of Australian government, and this is valid until September 24, August 25 to September 24. It looks like the weak MJO wet phase will move past the Western Pacific and reform for the next month of September over the Western Hemisphere and Africa. So that's the different scenario of the Madden-Julian Oscillation forecast from the Bureau of Meteorology, Government of Australia. Now for the 2 to 3 weeks Global Tropics Hazards Outlook from the Climate Prediction Center of NOAA. And you can clearly see here that Valid September 3 to September 9, there might be more than 20% probability of a tropical cyclone formation forming over the West Philippine Sea and North Philippine Sea. And the above average rainfall is more than 65% across central and northern Philippines. While moving into week 3, valid September 10 to September 16, we are still showing there's still a possibility of more than 50% above average rainfall over Taiwan and the northern Luzon area, and mainly because of so many low pressure systems passing there. Okay, and for Pag-asa, for week 1, August 27 to September 2, here's the LPA 93W that could be developed as it moves on towards Hainan. And we have another one here, which is still at low probability or low likelihood. And week 2, September 3 to September 9, this is similar to the global hazards outlook of US, since they are looking, the TC threat potential of Pag-asa also comes from the American model. So you can see here it's similar to this. Okay, and so that ends our update for today, and we will return this Friday for another update, probably the weekend edition. And this is Mike Padua, Mr. Typhoon, saying good night to all. And thank you so much for watching our channel. God bless to all.